The functional dimension of digital literacy helps users move from simply scrolling online to understanding how political information reaches them. In the second video, we explain how online platforms make political content visible. Let's talk about platform familiarity. Platform familiarity asks us to understand how platforms make online political content visible. Platforms don't just host content, but actively shape it. Platforms determine what content rises to the top through ranking, recommendations, and personalization. Platform familiarity is the next step after using a platform. Platform familiarity means understanding how the platform works and how its features shape what users see, share, and engage with. A digitally literate user should recognize the basic affordances of the platform, such as likes, comments, shares, reposts, stories, reels, live streams, hashtags, groups, recommendations, and sponsored content. These affordances aren't just technical ways to engage with content and others. They influence how political information becomes visible, how fast it circulates, and how users participate in online political communication. For example, a hashtag can connect a post to a wider debate. A share can move a message into another network. A recommendation can expose users to content they did not actively search for, and a sponsored label can signal that someone paid for the message to appear. Users circulate political information online when they share posts, videos, or links with their own audiences. Users can also increase visibility through comments and reactions, including negative reactions, because these still signal engagement. Hashtags connect posts to broader debates, campaigns, or events. Groups and messages move content into new communities and private spaces, where information may feel more trusted because it comes from familiar users. Influencers and creators can make political issues more accessible, emotional, and shareable. They may advocate for a cause because they believe in it, because they are politically engaged, or because they were paid to promote a message. Private messaging also matters because political information can spread in spaces that are less visible and harder to correct. Platform content becomes visible through a mix of platform design, algorithmic ranking, and user interaction. Content visibility is co-produced by platforms and users. Platforms play an active role in deciding what becomes visible, repeated, and recommended to users, and they do this through several mechanisms. First, the algorithmic feed prioritizes content based on previous behavior, interests, and engagement. In other words, what users watch, like, comment, or share can influence what they see next. Second, recommendation systems introduce users to content they may not have searched for directly, but that the platform predicts will attract their attention. Third, visibility can also be shaped by sponsored content and political advertising. Some messages can appear not only because they are popular, but because someone paid for them to reach a specific audience. And finally, trending logic and amplification can make highly engaging content more visible, especially when it generates strong reactions. Online platforms learn what users follow, watch, like, comment on, and share. These behaviors become signals that help the platform decide what appears relevant or engaging for the user. In a political context, users may be shown more content similar to what they have already interacted with before. This can help broaden access to political information, especially for users who do not follow traditional news media. At the same time, algorithmic feeds may reduce the diversity of information users encounter and amplify controversial, emotional, or highly engaging content. Over time, this can contribute to so-called filter bubbles, where users repeatedly see more similar viewpoints and less alternative perspectives. A useful question for users to ask themselves is, why am I seeing this content, and what signals may have led it to appear in my feed? Algorithmic recommendations can have a positive effect for users. Platforms can broaden access, expose users to new political information, diversify communication formats, and create new opportunities for online civic participation. But it can also have a negative effect on users. Platforms may narrow the diversity of information users see, amplify emotional or controversial content, and make political messages harder to verify when they circulate through targeted feeds, groups, or private messaging. Algorithmic feeds may also reduce the diversity of information users encounter, and instead amplify content that is controversial, emotional, or highly engaging.